Welcome back to MB Capital Strategies. Today we're continuing the mining series, this time with B2Gold. No hype explorer, no big growth story, no gold to the moon, just a classic gold producer. With operating mines, real cash flow, and just as real risks. Currently, the dividend yield is only around 1.6 to 1.8%. A far cry from the roughly 5 to 6% that many still remember from better gold years. So the question is quite simple. Is B2Gold still a sensible cash flow play in the gold cycle today, or just a risky leverage on the gold price with considerable country and mine risks? And that's exactly what we're going to look at today. B2Gold is a classic mid-tier gold producer. No hype, no vision, just operating mines. The most important cash cow is clearly Fekola in Mali. The mine produces at comparatively low cost and delivers the lion's share of the cash flow. In addition, there's Masbate in the Philippines and Otjikoto in Namibia. Both are solid assets, but rather mature. No major growth anymore, more like stabilization. The decisive new building block is Goose in Canada. The mine has been in production since the end of 2025 and will be ramped up in 2026, that is, this year. This is the most important growth driver for the coming years. All in all, about 1 million ounces of gold per year, pure gold exposure. No copper, no lithium, no green marketing, just gold. Now, once again, let's take a look at how I am invested here. Overall, I hold a very small stake and my entry price was €2.61. In total, I hold 12 shares, invested with €31.46. Currently, there is an unrealized gain of €21.93. This corresponds to a price increase of 69% and a dividend which I have already received of €1.12, and that's net. The 52-week low and high are currently between €2 and €5, and right now we're at €4.43. Analysts set a fair target here of €5.17 and Investing Pro sets a target of €4.85. I process all fundamental data with Investing Pro. If you also want to use Investing Pro, you get a 15% discount through my affiliate link. You can find the link in the video description. How does B2Gold make money? The model is brutally simple. Gold price minus costs, that's the margin. B2Gold is solidly in the middle of the pack when it comes to costs. Not an ultra low cost wonder, but also not a high cost candidate. With a gold price above $2,000, business is running well. Cash is flowing. Below $1,800, things get noticeably tighter. Especially Goose is still expensive in the initial phase and eats up capex. This means the leverage works upwards, but just as brutally downwards. B2Gold is therefore a classic cyclical stock and not a pillar of stability. The balance sheet is okay, not outstanding, but also not a problem case. There is cash, there is debt, but net debt is manageable. A lot has been invested in recent years, especially in Goose and Fekola. That's why free cash flow fluctuates significantly. In good years, it's strongly positive. During investment phases, it's much thinner. The dividend is paid directly from the cash flow, currently about 2 cents per quarter, so around 8 cents per year. Important, this is not a reliable permanent dividend. In good times, it's increased. In weak times, it's reduced. That's how it's always been. The current dividend yield of around 1.6 to 1.8% is, to be honest, no longer particularly attractive. Yes, it used to be between 5 and 6%, but back then the gold price was high and capex was significantly lower. Today, management clearly prioritizes ramping up production, keeping debt under control, and ensuring flexibility. This is not a defensive dividend stock. It's a cyclical earnings boost as long as the gold price cooperates. If gold drops significantly, the dividend is quickly adjusted. That's not a weakness, that's simply the reality of mining. And we can see that here as well. So here from 2021 to 2024, payouts were also good. Gold is currently holding steady above $2,000. We know that at the moment. No hype, no euphoria, but solid support from geopolitics and central banks. For B2Gold, 2026 is crucial. It rises if cola performs better in the underground sector and production increases. If gold stays above $1,900 to $2,000, cash flow should clearly improve and the dividend should be relatively secure. Below $1,700, things quickly become uncomfortable for everything. And currently, gold is trading above 4,000 euros. That corresponds to 4,923 US dollars. B2Gold is extremely dependent on the gold price. If gold falls, everything falls. Fekola carries the majority. Problems in Mali have an immediate impact. The Philippines and Mali are not safe jurisdictions. Growth is limited, with much being replaced and little real expansion. This is not a buy and forget stock. So, what is my conclusion? B2Gold is currently neither a defensive dividend anchor nor a forever portfolio holding, but it is an honest producing gold leverage play with an extra kick from dividends when the cycle is right. And right now, the signs are very good. 2026 looks clearly better than 2025. Goose and Fekola provide a tailwind. It's a good fit if you want gold exposure with returns and can handle volatility. If you want to sleep soundly, then you're better off with royalty companies or a gold ETF. What do you think about this stock? Are you willing to accept the mining and country risk for the cash flow, or do you prefer to stick with defensive gold plays or other stocks? Feel free to let me know. In this mining series, I've also introduced a lot of gold mining companies. B2Gold isn't my smallest gold stock, but I'm curious to see how things will develop with B2Gold in 2026. The gold price is looking very solid at the moment, just like the silver price. A quick addition, the mining video, or rather the mining playlist, is now complete. There should now be 22 mining videos, each one presented individually. At the very end of this series, I'll provide a comprehensive summary of all my mining stocks again, carefully organized and grouped together, but all within a single video. First, I will do this once for the silver stocks, then once for the gold mining stocks, followed by the specific platinum stocks, and so on, so that absolutely everything is neatly bundled together for your convenience. I think that will be relatively boring, so I'll try to keep it as short as possible. I hope I can fit everything into about 20 minutes. With 20 stocks, that's probably, well, let's say a very optimistic estimate. I think I can probably cover everything in half an hour. Long story short, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you're not a subscriber yet, I'd be happy if you became one now. Otherwise, feel free to light up the comments section. I answer every comment. I always look forward to interacting with you, and I wish you successful investing. See you in the next video.